if you can define how you uniquely get into flow, then you can replicate it. And if you can replicate it, then you can truly own it. And so when you take a look at, you mentioned me playing the violin. And because I had to know that I had to get into the music every single time, after a very embarrassing concert where I couldn't get into the music, I was very alarmed, and that was the day that I sat down and I reverse engineered how I uniquely get into flow. And after I took this deep dive and I asked myself, okay, well, where am I when I get into flow? Well, it's usually on stage. What am I doing? Playing the violin, right? That's what I'm doing on the outside. But the real question I was asking myself in that moment was, what am I doing on the inside? And David, it feels like I'm sharing the message and I'm sharing the experience. And it's like the same as when I read out loud to my son when he was little, sharing the message, sharing the experience. Okay, so that's what I'm doing on the inside. But why? Why is it so meaningful? And there were some concerts where I would be moved to tears. Why? Why wouldn't I be moved to tears with some concerts, and why would I be moved to tears with others? And it turns out that the concerts that really brought those tears were audience sing-alongs, when you'd have the choir behind the orchestra, the full audience joining in, everybody's combined together through the music. And it's the same thing. I was walking for a fundraiser for Alzheimer's research. Same thing. I'm crying. It's bringing together people, unifying people through one activity. That's why it's so meaningful for me. Now, if I hadn't defined that for myself, it would have stayed elusive. But now that I know to share the message, share the experience for the purpose of creating unity, if I'm having an off day, I can get back on track and activate my flow. So when I have people figure out how they uniquely get into flow, they could be anywhere. They can be traveling. They can be working on a puzzle. They could be working on an Excel spreadsheet. It doesn't matter. But if you ask yourself these three questions, where am I? What am I doing on the outside, on the inside, and why is it so meaningful? You can get a deeper understanding of how you uniquely get into flow.